What does opening day mean to you at home?
No, this is sick. I'm so excited to be back here and see all the fans in Citi Field. It's going to be amazing.
What do these fans mean to you, Guy, in terms of their support?
Everything. I think we do a lot of this work, a lot of the grind, and a lot of the passion for the fans because they bring it to the field every day. They're passionate fans, and it means the world to us.
Are you looking forward to hearing the reaction today?
Oh, my God, I'm so excited to hear it.
You interact with the fans, obviously, all the time. Are there any interactions that stand out to you?
I think after you hit a home run, you kind of like show love to the crowd and just give them like a love sign, and just hearing them scream is sick.
What is it like for you personally after all of spring training in Florida and then opening the season on the road to have a chance to call this your home ballpark and to get it going?
Yeah, I mean, what has it been, like a week and a half for us waiting for this moment? So I've been anxious, and I'm about to do it right now.
Can you explain the energy of Citi Field on the home opener?
Well, to be honest, this is my first home opener over here, so I haven't experienced it yet, but I can only imagine because of the playoffs last year, how sick it was. I have a feeling it's going to be similar.
Mark, to that point, do you allow yourself to reflect at all about your journey being on the opening day roster, obviously this year, and everything you accomplished last season?
Yeah, of course. I feel like it's super emotional just to like when you sit back and realize what you're doing. And I'm going to play opening day on a major league team, and one of the best teams in the league is amazing.
What do you think of the pulse of this team? What about the fabric of this group? What do you expect?
No, we're honestly 1 through 9, and our pitching staff and our bullpen is top tier in the league, and I'm excited for this year for us.
What are you expecting the reaction to be for Juan Soto the first time he comes up?
Very loud.
Yeah.
Very loud.
Not the same about Pete being back. Just people, I'm sure.
Yeah,
excited.
no, there's a lot of guys that's going to be very loud, and the fans are going to love it.
So, Brandon, 15 years now in the Mets organization. Opening day at home. Does it ever get old for you?
No, it doesn't, because you realize how amazing it is to be on a major league roster and to be playing Major League Baseball, each and every year. And, for me, that's the attitude that I'm trying to come from, is just, an attitude of gratitude and being very thankful, and then taking that opportunity and, treating it with a lot of respect. Knowing that the fans, are coming out here and they support us all the time, and, they're loving it, and it's such a high energy day. And so taking a lot of respect from that and giving it your best effort. And, when I do that, I enjoy the day a whole lot.
You had some pretty special moments with the fan base at the end of last season during that playoff run. Like you said, it's always something that you anticipate, the energy of opening day, but what is your expectation for how that may be amplified this time around?
No, I expect it to be high energy, But, honestly, every opening day that I've been a part of in New York, sans, COVID probably, has been amazing and has been high energy. And so, for me, I'm expecting nothing less. It's going to be great. A lot of special moments last year with the fans. And this is a new year, and we're looking to make many more special moments with them. And so, I'm expecting some great energy on opening day.
All right, to that point about this being a new year, how difficult can it be as a pro athlete to, have the adrenaline rush and the push at the end of last season and then come back and realize, okay, to get back there, we've got a long climb ahead of us now?
Yeah, I think it's just trying to take things down to its simplest terms and smallest terms, and just trying to go out there and win each pitch, win each at-bat, be ready on defense, and just break it down to smaller terms where you're not thinking about 7 months of, grinding and trying to get back to where you were. Just thinking about, okay, today I need to take care of business today. And, if I do that, and we do that throughout the course of the season, then we should be where we want to be at the end. So for me, it's trying to break it down into smaller terms. And Six told me a long time ago, he told me the best way to eat an elephant was one bite at a time. And so just trying to take it, one at bat, one pitch at a time, and break things down to its simplest terms.
Six being former assistant pitching coach Pat Russler. you are somebody who is so in tune with what you're doing and your swing. And early on this season, I know it's very early, but how do you feel at the plate right now?
Yeah, I mean it's good. We've had some decent results. I've hit the ball hard, some right at people, but I've been trying to take those as wins. There's so much failure on the hitting side of things that if you can find ways to find success even when maybe the result doesn't come out the way you wanted, but you hit the ball hard right at somebody. You can start to build on some more positivity, and so I'm trying to look at things that way. It's going well, but it's just this is the way it goes, and this is the way it's been the experience for me. Is it's just going to be a grind the whole year. You're going to have to make adjustments. They don't want you to have success. The other team doesn't want you to, so they're going to try and figure out any way that they can, in order for you to fail. And so you're trying to play that chess game the whole year and make adjustments. And so you just can't be afraid of it and just take it on, head on, and understand that you're not going to come through in every situation, but you're going to have a plan and you're going to go give it your best effort every time you go up there. And so right now, feel good, but it's a battle each and every day.
So you talk about that cat and mouse game, and one of the things that you and I spoke about this spring is that when you look back on last year, you said perfect is the enemy of good sometimes.
Yes.
That you were trying so hard to be perfect in that second half that it went the other way. How do you mix those two mindsets of, all right, it's always going to be a cat and mouse. You want to make some adjustments, but maybe not go overboard.
Exactly. I think trying to walk a fine line. It's obviously you can go one way or the other way too far. But fortunately, I have a really good support staff. Chavi and Jeremy have been with me for a long time, and they start to. I've given them permission to be able to tell me when I'm being too far on one side of things, and so we're going to try and battle it that way. But also learning from last year personally, and just understanding that like you said, it's gonna be a mantra this year, is that perfect's the enemy of good, and that I'm going to try and have a little more grace for myself, and understand that I'm not going to come through every time, but I'm going to be very prepared, and so I'm going to rest on that, and be able to be very prepared for every at bat. Go and give it my best shot, and then we can make the right calls after the game as to which direction we need to go. But we're not going to go too far either way. So that's the way we're approaching it so far, and that's the way we look to approach the rest of the season.
All right, finally, Brandon, I started by talking about the fact that it's the 15th year for you in this organization, which is crazy.
Yeah.
As you reflect on how far the group has come, the organization has come, what excites you the most about where this team and this organization is right now?
Yeah, I just think where we're at right now, we're at the point where we're competing for World Series, and that's what the expectations of this team is and are, and we're trying to build something here that's long term. This isn't just a flash in the pan. We're trying to build something where we're competing for World Series year in and year out. As I mentioned before, Steve doesn't just want to be the other team in New York. He wants to be, he wants to command a lot of respect, and I think we're well on our way to doing that. And I think last year was a big part of it, but building on it this year, and building on when you are expected to win and to go and win, and that's a different thing. And so guys are going to have to accept that, and come out and understand we're going to get everybody's best effort. And everybody's going to want to take us down, and playing baseball that way is fun, but it's going to be different. And so for where this organization is right now, to where we've been, I couldn't be more pleased. I'm so thankful to our ownership and our front office. I think they've put a great team together, and now it's our job to go and execute it during the season.
Brandon, appreciate the time as always. Enjoy opening day.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Steve. Let's go Mets.